Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to try my best to make this quick but still straight to the point, but you know me, because I talk a lot, there's no guarantee. So today we have 8 piles. Have I done 8? Have I done more than 7 before? I think I have. I think I've done I think I've done 9 piles before. But anyways, regardless of how many piles, I intend it to be really short. So not really short, but just straight, more concise. So we have 8 piles. I'm just gonna use numbers. Okay, we have pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, 8. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start with pile 1 at 40 seconds. Pile 1, you guys chose the World and the King of Swords. Now I'm only using tarot because, again, I want to rely more on my intuition as opposed to just the cards alone. And I feel like when there's less cards, there's more room for intuition, there's more room for interpretation, okay? So the King of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the World card is usually depicted by Sagittarius. So what I'm getting, so I'm trying to keep an eye on my son because from my bedroom, I can see the garden. So I'm just thinking, what is he up to? Anyways, you guys, your strongest planet that influences you the most, regardless of your star sign, regardless of all of that, just going based upon the energy alone, because you know there are other star signs in our chart or other signs in our chart that are more prominent. And say, for example, you could be a Gemini sun, but maybe you are more of like a water moon, for example, okay? But I digress. I'm getting with you is more of planets like Mercury as well as Pluto. Either Mercury and Pluto or Mercury and Uranus. And the reason why I say that is because the Mercury that's coming through is the King of Swords energy. That's like a communication planet. It's also a planet of thinking. It's also a planet of getting something that like out of your system that needs to be said. It's giving Gemini, it's giving Virgo energy, right? Precise decision making, but not in a way that's like, it has to be like this. Not in a way that's systematic or has to have a structure. It's just more of like, you do a lot of thinking and 222, as I said that, and you communicate it really well. You guys could be really good with your communication. So the Mercury is really influential for you both. Did I say you both? Who am I reading for? 2 people for you guys as a person, right? And I'm also getting like, it's just the way your mind works. You guys could also have your Mercury in an air sign like Gemini or Virgo, that's an earth sign. Before you make certain decisions, you're always thinking about the pros and the cons and how things need to be worded, how things need to be said, and how you could communicate it. You guys could also be very direct and blunt with people, like you just say it how it is. And I think some people have the misconception to mean that blunt means mean and rude when it doesn't. Blunt just means honest and concise, straight to the point. You're not trying to sugarcoat anything, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to be an asshole, right? So you guys could be more of that energy, very masculine energy. So even if you're a female watching this, you may radiate that energy when it comes to your communication. It's more, a lot of communication is coming through. Some of you guys may be heavily on social media, but not in a way where you're trying to keep up with all the trends, but just in a way where you're really well informed, especially with the news. I'm getting facts. You guys are more facts over fiction. Like if you guys like to read, it's usually going to be non-fiction. I can relate to that to some extent because everything I read is usually non-fiction. I can't really get into the fiction. Even the things that I have read in the past that are fiction, they've always been somehow a metaphor for something that is realistic in this day and age. Like for example, if I am to read fictional books, I like dystopian genre. It's like dystopian world, and not because I like dysfunction, but it's because it's like so representative of what goes on, okay? But enough about me, okay? But with the World card here, this is giving expansion, but this is also not expansion. It's weird because as much as I'm getting Mercury, I'm also getting Pluto, Uranus, and now I'm getting the vibe of Jupiter, because I said expansion and I wasn't even trying to say that word, but it just came through me. So expansion is usually associated with Jupiter. It's all about luck. It's all about finances. It's all about, you know, how you're able to generate is charm, you know. And I feel like you guys have that. So like, even though you're very blunt and witty, it's like the way you come across is still very charming to many people. You still have good luck when it comes to, you know, manifesting things into your life. But I also get a Uranus and Pluto vibe because the world is all about ending cycles, and that's like Pluto, transformation, scorpionic energy. But then with Uranus, again, it's more like innovation. So it's like you will end one cycle of your life, or a part of you will change and transform for the betterment of yourself. So it tells me you guys are into self-growth, self-development, but that's Pluto. But then with the Uranus, it's like that innovation somehow affects other people around you. I'll give it a little minor example. Like, say for example, like when I was in university, when I was doing my master's, I used to wear a hijab because my dad's Muslim, my mom's Catholic, and my dad basically just wanted me to cover. Like, so from age 14, I think, maybe younger, maybe 13, I used to wear the hijab. Even though I'm not really religious, I'm more spiritual, but you know, I used to do that because that's what I was told to do. And let's just say my dad's side was just more dominant than my mom's side when it comes to religion. And basically one day I just decided I don't want to wear it. It just felt like it kind of limits me in terms of like how I want to self-express visually, because I'm very artistic, I'm very creative, and I really love hair, different styles. I like wearing certain clothes, and I just feel like it was just repressing that. And with me, I'm heavily affected by the self, as in like self-identity, self-expression. And if based on how I present myself and how I look, if it's not being done in the way that I want, then it also affects how I feel about myself and how I'm able to express myself. So that's just me. But when I did that, 7 other girls not even in my class, but 7 other girls just in my course of study did the same thing. And I didn't mean to influence anyone. I didn't want to influence anyone. I just did it because this is what it felt aligned for me. But when I saw other people do it after me, it made me feel like, oh, so deep down, they wanted to do it too, but they needed someone else to see it to make them feel like they could do it too. So that's what I mean by the innovation, which is Uranus energy, Aquarius energy. But I'm also getting Pluto. It's all about transformation, okay? Ending a cycle, ending a way of looking at things, ending what used to be or what is usually set in this sort of dynamic, okay? But those are the planets that influence you guys the most. That's what I'm getting most. Not to say that others may not have influence, but these are the ones that are the most prominent, okay? Regardless of your signs, that's just energy. I'm going to move on to the next pile. So pile 2 is, okay, Earth energy, okay? 3 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. Very, very earthy, okay? It's giving Earth, and I know Earth is not usually considered, like usually when, you know, people want to know about these things, at least like spiritual wise or astrological wise, they don't think of Earth because we're already on Earth. But I'm getting Earth, and I'm also getting Saturn, okay? The most, okay? It's like you guys like structure, like order, and it doesn't have to be structure that has been done through someone else, as in like you do as you're told. It's more like you guys like to create that structure for yourself. It keeps you grounded, especially if you are someone who follows a religion, for example. Like you feel like it keeps you grounded, it keeps you stable, it restores faith in you, it keeps you level-headed. And with me, I don't believe in this whole like, oh, F religion, or likewise like, oh, forcing beliefs down people's throat. I just believe if it's something that's helping you and is getting you by, is giving you faith, is making you a great person, is making you a better person for your highest good, and is bettering the people around you, go for it. Believe in it. Practice it, you know? So the reason why I get Earth is not just because of the Pentacles, but it's like this energy of there's a humanity in you guys. You guys have a great love of people. Even if people have let you down, like you will never stop caring about people. You're very humanitarian based. It's giving Aquarius energy, even though there are no Aquarius cards. But at the same time, there's this Saturn energy of, you know, structure and order and keeping things like stable for yourself, for your own sanity. Like say, for example, you feel like, okay, I think it's best to finish my course of study and then get married and then have a baby, or, you know, buy a house first, then get married, then have a baby. Like you guys like things done in a particular way where you can plan out your life. It's giving Virgo energy as well, even though Virgo energy is more of like Mercury, but it's like giving some sort of order. You know, you guys like expansion, so it's also giving a bit of Jupiter. It's like you like to build from the ground up, so you'll start something and you do well in it, and then you'll grow and expand. And I'm hearing the word self-reliance. So you guys are very independent people, you're self-reliant. So it's like you go through the stage of expansion, so Jupiter energy, money energy, but there's this Earth to you that's very like by the book, and this is what I know. Like you guys have adapted well to earthly life basically, and you care so much about people in general, but you also are here to stack up and accumulate finances so you can take care of those that you love. I would not be surprised at this pile, like if you ended up being very rich one day, you're the type of people that would really give back to the community and you would really help those in need. Like it's giving that kind of energy, but at the same time you want to protect your loved ones first and take care of your loved ones first. But it's giving Earth, it's giving Saturn energy, but it's also giving Jupiter energy, okay, which is all about expansion. You guys may also be very abundant in general, and it doesn't have to be about, oh, you have finances or you're rich. It could just be a mindset. You have a very abundant mindset and you always have plenty. It's like, even when you feel like you're running out, suddenly there's always an avenue to generate more. You guys have amazing work ethic. And I guess that's what the Saturn energy is coming through, but very good with this expansion, okay? And I'm getting higher good. So it's like you guys always think about the higher good of yourself and for others. And I'm hearing invested in me. You guys like to invest in yourselves, and you believe in yourselves, and you believe in hard work and working your way up. You guys, I would not be surprised if you want to have a 9-to-5 or you want to live a life like that. Like you don't really care for fame, fortune, spotlight, anything like that. You just want to be living humbly. It's also giving monk vibe where like you're not necessarily attached to earthly things. It's just like you just know that because you're on earth, it's good to generate income so you can take care of your loved ones and you can make a difference in a good way. But it's like, it's not coming from a place of ego. It's coming from a realistic approach, you know, because I'm not sensing any greed here. But that's the planets coming through the most, regardless of your sign, okay? I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, 11 minutes and 41 seconds. You guys chose 3. So 5 sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the 3 of Wands. And then we have the Hermit, which is earth energy. The planets I'm getting mostly is, even though this is Virgo, so of course I would think Mercury, I'm not actually getting Mercury energy, even though Virgo is ruled by Mercury. I'm getting more so Pluto. Sorry, my son is, he's in the garden. Yeah, he's verbally stimming. I'm getting Pluto energy mostly, and Mars energy, okay? Pluto and Mars is coming out strongest. And that's because it's like you guys are, oh, I heard innovative, so maybe even Uranus. But you guys, I'm getting mostly Mars and Pluto, but you guys could have a little bit of Uranus as well that influences you, because the reason why I'm saying Uranus is because I literally heard innovation. So whatever you do with your life somehow impacts other people. It somehow makes other people want to redirect their life. You could even see in the way where, say for example, you got something going on in your life, you may unintentionally make people feel insecure because you just get on with your life and people just see you thriving and just doing what you're doing and focused on yourself, and you're really good at self-development, self-motivation, and it kind of makes people who are stuck and stagnant feel insecure about their life. They may feel like, why do I lack this motivation? Why can't I move forward in my life like the way Pile 3 does? So it's like you're very impactful and influential, whether you realize it or not, whether you're doing it on purpose or not. And many people look to you for advice. So it is giving that Uranus energy, but the Pluto was coming through strongest because it's like, that's all about inner transformation. I'm getting you guys are not even in competition with anyone. You don't compete for anything. You don't, you're just focused on yourself. And I think because you're so focused on yourself, that is the inner transformation I'm talking about. And that's Scorpionic energy. It's like regeneration, growth. How can I better myself? You guys may be introverted and you take the time to sit and think about yourself and ways you can better yourself and feel great about yourself and be of service to yourself and others. Okay. Yeah, you're very tunnel visioned, but very transformative. You always turn pain into power, alchemizing things. Okay. But then you guys also have this Mars energy where you're not afraid to take risks. You guys could have really good self-esteem, and solar plexus energy is coming through, Gemini energy. Like a lot of people may feel like, oh, how does Pile 3 feel the need to take this risk? I wouldn't do it if I was Pile 3, or I wouldn't have the courage to do that if I was Pile 3. Whether it's a business, whether it's a project, whether it's posting something online, whether it's a certain career, you always have what it takes because you believe in yourself. You have belief in yourself, and you're like, what's the worst that could happen? It's better to try and fail than to never try at all, So you guys are always ready to move forward. You do a lot of reflecting, a lot of inner work, and then you go out and you try a new thing. Okay, so it's giving Mars energy, this very assertive energy. a very adventurous energy. Even the way you guys assert yourself, I'm getting you guys are lovers, but you're not fighters, but you're not afraid to be confrontational when you want to. You're not afraid to speak your mind. You guys could also be very passionate when you talk. So if you're very passionate about a certain cause, you don't care how you come across. You don't care how confrontational it is. You're gonna say what you need to say. And I'm getting it's not something that you always do. It's not like you always want to be like that. But if the opportunity arises, you're gonna take full advantage of it. But ultimately, I'm getting you guys prefer to go within, very introverted like. But yeah, you like to move forward and you like to take that step, even if it is a risk. And I'm getting like you don't let other people affect you because you have high self-esteem and you feel like you don't take anyone personally, you know, like you don't take anything personally. You just focus on yourself. So even if someone tries to discourage you from something, you don't allow it to discourage you. Or you could be the type of person that likes to keep their thoughts to themselves. You don't tell people what your plans are because you just don't want that negative energy on your plans and ideas. So you just move in silence. So that's why I'm getting Pluto and Mars energy most, and a little bit of Uranus, because you guys are giving influencer kind of vibes. Even if you don't want to be one, it's like you influence people around you. You influence the room just by being yourself. I remember I was looking at one of the comments at some point and someone told me, oh, why does everyone believe that everyone has to have a purpose? Some people don't have a purpose. My purpose is just to live my best life. I don't believe I have a purpose. Someone was saying that in my comments and I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. Your purpose is literally just to live your life, okay? Sometimes you just living your life is influencing somebody else to feel like they want to be the same way. You know, like with me, like one thing I know about myself is like I always like to do whatever I want to do, like in a way where I'm not harming anyone. What's going on? I'm not harming anyone. I'm just liking to dress how I want to dress and express myself artistically how I want to express myself without having to follow a certain rule or how it's done, or it should be like this or it should be like that. I like to live my life that way, and I like to just have fun and make the most out of my life and just be in touch with my inner child. And because I post things a lot on my other channel, not just music, but I post a lot of shorts about really funny, cool things that I do in the day. And that alone can influence someone to be like, I want to do those fun things. I want to go to that nice restaurant. I want to be able to try that new thing. That looks fun. I should do that. You know what? This person is 26 and they're a mother of 2, but I still want to go ahead and do that. That seems fun. Like, who cares? Like, I like to live authentically and unconventionally, right? So you guys could be exactly the same way, where you just live your best life, and that alone is a purpose. You change the room when you do that. Okay, so Uranus, Pluto and Mars, so I'm getting, you're very assertive and you go after your dreams and you go after whatever you want, and you don't allow anyone to persuade you to not do it, or you don't allow fear to come in. That's what I'm saying. You guys have high self-esteem and you don't compare yourself to anyone, because this is what I always tell people, right? Just a quick lesson before I move on to the next part, is that a confident person doesn't compare themselves to anyone. They just see themselves as an individual and they realize everybody's different and they keep it pushing. It's only the insecure people that want to make it a competition when it wasn't, okay? Because confidence is saying, I'm amazing as I am. And arrogance is saying, I'm better than all of you. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to move on. So Power 4, 18. Power 4, you guys got the King of Cups and the Four of Swords. So this is giving the energy of water and air. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Definitely the moon, okay? With this water energy, definitely the moon. The moon influenced you guys so much, okay? A lot of reflection. I don't think I'm even getting any other planet. I'm just getting the moon. So you guys could be very creative and very emotional, okay? And even if you don't express your emotions to others, you may express it in your art. You may express it in how you dress. You may express it in what you write or what you paint or how you, whatever it is. You guys could, I heard melancholy. I even forgot what that word means, but that, okay, is coming through. I'm just getting very expressive, but very moon vibes. Even if you keep it in, it's like for some strange reason, people can pick it up. Like, you're a very deep person. You have a lot of depth, and the moon can really affect your moods. So if you have family members that ever said, oh, you're moody, like, especially if you're a Cancer, that's a common trait, by the way. Like, the moon has so much effect on you. And it's weird because I'm not going based upon just astrology, because even with me, I don't have any Cancer in my chart. I only have it in my 10th house, I think, or 12th house, actually. Yeah, my 12th house, not my 10th house. And yeah, the moon really does affect me for some strange reason. Like if it's a shape in a certain way, I don't know. I use it to manifest a lot of things in my life, and everything I've manifested so far has come to fruition. We thank God. But I'm just saying, like, the moon is very, like, it affects me, you know, like, like, I think there was a statistic in some sort of a record that showed that more crimes are committed during a certain moon phase. And I don't know if that's a coincidence, but I don't think it is. But yeah, like, you guys could be really, really affected by the moon. But it's not even just the moon. I'm getting for some of you, it's the weather as well. Like when it's raining, it's like you want to just stay home and have sad boy, sad girl hours. And then when it's sunny, it's like you want to be out, you know. But the moon is very, very like prominent in your chart, especially if you're a Cancer or you're a Pisces, more so than a Scorpio, because I'm getting like you guys are very intuitive and you're very tapped in, and you can soak up other people's energies, and you guys are very empathic. So it's like everything's really reflective with you, and you really sit in your emotions. You really feel so much. Okay. If you've grown up being called sensitive, I guess that adds to it. It's like you're not sensitive. Like, I mean, you are, but not in a way where like that's a bad thing. You know, it's like you feel so much. You guys are of someone of depth. Okay. And things do get to you, okay? And you allow yourself to feel it. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you tear up a little bit. With me, I get really affected by everything. Like, I can relate. I don't see it as something that's a weakness. If anything, it's because you're just psychically in tune, okay? But yeah, that's mostly what I'm getting. I don't feel like there's anything that needs to be elaborated on. You guys just sit and reflect a lot and feel a lot. And you are someone who is really ruled by your emotions. It's like if something is emotional for you, it really does rule you a lot. Like you act on your emotions, okay? You try not to, but they have a strong influence on you, okay? And it's not just in a way where, oh, pile 4, you cry a lot. It's like, no, it could even be anger. Like, bruh, you could square up on someone. You get riled up easily, or you get annoyed easily, or, you know, or you get angry. Regardless of how your emotions are, like, they're basically of depth, okay? I'm going to move on to pile 5. Yeah, okay. So pile 5, 2208. Pile 5 is the Emperor, which is Aries energy, fire energy, and 2 of Pentacles, which is earth energy. This is ruled by Aries, which rules Mars, and I'm getting Mars, but I'm also getting Saturn. 222, as I said, that alignment. And I was hearing the Snooze song. I don't know why. I was hearing that song. Like, I don't know. What has that got to do with number 5? But I heard it. So I don't know. Maybe we can take it as a message. But basically, you guys are very authoritative and assertive when you need to be. But it's coming from a place of love. Because the Snooze song is like a romantic song. It's like, I can't lose if I'm without you. Like, how can I snooze and miss the moment? You're just too important. Like, it's kind of like everything you do may come off as like very dominant and assertive, but it's out of love. It's kind of like if you are seen as controlling by other people, you're not trying to control people because you just want to be domineering. It's because you care about your loved ones. So you could have kids, or you could have friends where you feel like you always want to be in their business, or you want to, people come to you for support and you always want to check up on them, you always want to know what's going on, and it's not from being nosy, it's because you genuinely care, okay? So I'm getting an energy of protecting your loved ones, even if it's your kids or whatever, or you have younger siblings that you want to protect, that you see as your kids, right? But it's like a lot of Mars energy, like assertiveness. It's like there's a fierceness to it. I don't know why I'm hearing Leo, even though there's no Leo cards. I'm hearing Leo. It's kind of like giving that energy where you are very confident and you say what's on your mind. And Leos are also like leader-like, in my opinion, just like Aries, you know. They're just like, I call the shots, you know. Leos are ruled by the freaking sun, for crying out loud. Like, the sun is basically the center. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything rules by the sun. It's like, you know, so it's giving that kind of energy, but not in a way where it's self-conceited, you know, but it's more like Mars energy and Saturn energy. You like a little bit of structure, a little bit of order, because it reminds you that you have something in control. I'm also getting, you like things meticulous, done with clarity and conciseness. And with this 2 of Pentacles, you guys are very good at weighing out the pros and cons. So you try your best to find a compromise or find a solution to a problem. But I'm also getting, you guys are very busy too. You guys are giving Saturn energy, which is like Capricorn energy, where work ethic is on point. If you got to get something done, you're going to get it done. but very assertively. You guys would make great leaders, by the way. Even if you're not a leader, even if you don't desire for that, it's like giving that energy that you would make a great leader. You like things in order, you like things organized, similar to pile 2 a little bit. But I'm also getting like, if you guys are business owners, or you're doing something financial that is more like abundant or self-employment or whatever, I'm getting a vibe that there's a bit of a Jupiter energy here where it's expanding, or it will expand. So it's like luck, and that's the Jupiter energy. I'm getting like you don't like to take orders from other people, but you like to like be the boss. And again, it's not coming from a place of ego, but it's just more so coming from a place of like, I've established myself kind of energy. Sorry, I was looking for something and I'm like, yeah, it's gone on my head. But like, yeah, it's like you value stability of some sort. But even though we have earth energy here, I'm not getting earth. I'm not getting it's like worldly, you know, I'm just getting like, this is who I am. This is, you know, it is what it is. But I do hear a sense of authority, but I also hear like self, as in like status. It's giving Taurus energy, but it's like there's no Taurus cards. It's like you want a good reputation, and that's like 10th house energy, right? I don't know. I'm not really good with those houses, if I'm going to be honest with you, but it's like you want a good footing in this world. You want to have a good reputation, but you want that reputation to be real. It's not like, oh, I just want to be seen this way, but not be this way. Like, you are by the book, and you want to be seen and respected by many, and honored by many, and relied on and trusted by many, and someone who can work their way from the ground up. You want to be seen as someone with a good work ethic, and someone who has established themselves in this world through the hard work. And that, again, kind of bleeds into the sun, you know, it kind of bleeds into reputation and honor, and how you've worked your way up here. But I'm getting it's not so much like for ego purposes, even though the sun is about identity and self-expression. It's coming from a place of you want to feel proud of yourself. You've put the work in to express yourself, and this is who you want to be. You want everyone to know who you truly are, and you want that to be reflective of your reputation, okay? So even if something's not going well in your household or whatever, it's like you want to be able to present yourself that you can overcome challenges even when they do happen. So you might not be quick to advertise anything going wrong, right? Or it's not to say that you want to look like everything's perfect, but you want to be seen as someone who can be relied on, okay? Even if sometimes you may not know the answer to things, you want to be seen in that kind of light, okay? But that's what I'm getting. So past 6, 27, 33, you guys got air sign energy, fire energy. Air sign energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Fire energy is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the energy I'm getting is, I'm getting Pluto because of the 10 of Swords. That's like endings, transformation and whatnot. But with the 2 of Wands, I'm getting Uranus energy. Like something about moving from moving from a conventional path. So Pluto and Uranus, that seems to be very prominent in most of the piles, if I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't really got Venus yet, or, you know, I got the sun a little bit, and I got the moon strongly in pile 4, but this is giving like Pluto and Uranus energy. This is like transformation, you know. I'm hearing like, I don't know why, I'm thinking of a meme that was like, not a meme, but like a little short clip from a movie where the woman is like, so, like someone says to a queen in some sort of series, they said, oh, many people are going to miss you. I'm going to miss the old you. And then she replies, yeah, many will. She was easy to kill, you know, as in like, sometimes you got to change and transform and get rid of this side to you that's no longer serving you, and be reborn in the new version of you that's going to be more helpful to you. So I'm getting a vibe of Pluto and Uranus, but I'm also getting expansion, which is, I was about to say, which is Gemini. It's not, which is Jupiter. And that's like luck, charm, abundance, you know. So it's like you guys like to create avenues for yourself that is going to be beneficial for yourself. But that, again, stems through transformation, which is Pluto, okay? But this inner transformation. But the reason why I get Uranus is because I get you guys, again, steering away from the norm. Because the 2 of Wands is like you're being presented with 2 pathways. Go this traditional route, Saturn, or you can go the Uranus route where it's different from what the norm is, but at the same time it's going to be beneficial for you. And I always hear this quote in my head, do you and the world will adjust. So if you're just yourself, first people will find it strange, but then they will adapt to it, and then they'll start doing what you do, you know? So it's giving that sort of energy. So that's the energy coming through, is Uranus and Pluto. It's like you steer away from what is expected of you. It's like you break expectations. If people assume you're going to be one way, you end up not being that way. And that's the overall energy that's coming through, okay? And that's because you've transformed yourself, and that part of that transformation is not caring what people think. It's like, you know, you expected this of me, but I'm not going to do this, you know? And I think it's because you're going down that path. It kind of reminds me of the past life reading that I did like not long ago, where someone could have come from a really wealthy background or royalty at some point, but then they decided to live a life more like a monk, more like humble, more like spiritual, more enlightened, and it's away from everyone, that kind of vibe, you know? But or like if someone expects you to have many privileges, like you may feel like I revoke these privileges, I want to live humbly like this, you know? But that's what I'm getting. It's very brief for pile 6. I'm going to now move on to pile 7. Pile 7, you guys got Queen of Cups and 7 of Cups, which is water sign energy, pure water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There was a King of Cups for pile 4, so if you guys want to check that out, be my guest. But the Queen doesn't mean woman, it just means energy, feminine energy. You could be a man watching this and it's still feminine energy. But basically what I'm getting here is giving Neptune, okay? Neptune and the moon. Are we surprised though? Are we surprised though? We're not surprised. The moon and Neptune. I hadn't even got Neptune until this pile, so it's nice to change up the energy here. Because the 7 of Cups is all about being delulu. Like, not delulu as in what you think and daydream about or hope for isn't going to happen or manifest for you, but it's kind of like, I have a dream, you know? It's kind of like, I aspire to have this, or this is what's on my mind. And it manifests, it crystallizes. It may take some time, but eventually it does, right? So it's kind of like the energy of like, you have ideas, you know, and you may be in la la land. Yeah, that's because they dreamed a lot. You have an overactive mind. I feel like it's really beneficial when it comes to it's even beneficial when it comes to career or things that you want to manifest in your career. You guys have innovative ideas, and it's like, because you are in your Neptune energy, like you think so much about things, like it materializes because you feel so much, and that's a form of manifestation if you didn't know that. Some of you may do it subconsciously, you don't realize you're doing it, but you're doing it. And I used to do this a lot as a kid. I used to, before I go to sleep, I still do. Like, you daydream about things, or you think about things that you want as like more of like a way to get yourself to sleep. And because it makes you happy and you're in a good mood while you're doing it, it's gonna help with the manifestations. It's kind of like that. I do that a lot. But this is giving Piscean and Cancer and energy, right? So it's kind of like you may be in a daze where it's like, this is what I ideally want. This is what I would like. This is the fantasy I would like to live in. And then it's like, because it gives you those feelings, like it materializes. But I'm getting you guys, similar to Power 4, have a lot of depth. Like you feel so much, very sensitive, and it's not in a bad way. Because I know like sometimes people may mistake being sensitive as something that it should be shamed, but I don't think it should. You know, I think it's okay to be sensitive as long as it doesn't ruin your mental health. It's okay to feel things, like you're a human being. Like the F, it just makes you an empath, right? But that's where the moon is coming from. It's so much depth, so much intuition. Some of you, especially if you're a woman, you could be this type of woman, yeah. And this reminds me of my friend so much, that she just dreams stuff. And it just happens in real life. And I've had those experiences myself as well. And it's like creepy. I don't know if it's a universal woman thing, because why do we do that? Or why does that happen? But you guys could really be dreamy people. And it's giving dreamy people, and Neptune energy gives me the vibe of an artist. Like whether it's you write songs, or whether you create things, or you're just very creative in general. Even if you're just cooking, it's like you're good at coming up with different things and mixing them together. But it's giving like the heart of an artist. It's someone who visualizes so many things and visualizes so much. and you feel so much, okay? And this could be a good thing when it comes to bringing things into your reality and having faith, but then this could also be a bad thing at times, because there's good and bad in everything, whereby you could be completely doo-doo about someone and they've shown time and time again that they're not to be trusted, and you're like, oh, but I love them, everything's gonna work out well, you know, sort of thing. So it just really just depends. But it's like, I don't know, I'm hearing the heart wants what it wants. Okay, so for some of you, I'm not gonna lie, when you like someone, you may daydream about them a lot and you may accidentally manifest them, but it doesn't mean that they're always the best person for you, okay? I don't know why I'm being called to tell you that, but that's just what came through, okay? I would not be surprised if you're a Pisces. It's like, it reminds me of some interview I was watching the other day. It's an American interview. I think it's called the Hopeless Romantic Society on Instagram. And basically, like, this girl, they call her Evil Zendaya because she looks like Zendaya, but like she's a little bit like, talks about really like dark stuff or negative stuff or scary stuff, was a bit more assertive, you know? And she goes, well, I'm a Pisces Venus, and I like to write a certain script of what I expect the love of my life to follow. And when they don't follow that script, I don't like improvisation, so I can't go along with that. It's like living in the La La Land, but in a beautiful way, okay? But yeah, I feel like you guys are very, it's giving the moon, and I don't know why I find that funny, the moon and Neptune energy, okay? But it's beautiful, okay? Last pile, okay, 36 minutes. Wow, pile 8, you got the most cards. Don't tell the other pile, okay? We have the Lovers, which is Gemini. We have the Empress, which is Taurus and Libra, and then we have fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then we have the Taurus card, which is Earth energy. Wow, why did you guys get the most cards? Maybe I was a little bit more generous because I'm like, no one's gonna choose pile 8, but then someone will, okay? Let me know in the comments if you did choose pile 8. I'm hearing structure and order with the Hierophant, like tradition, Saturn energy, but I'm also getting the Sun, like ego, herdocentric. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of planets, guys. I'm hearing the Sun, Saturn, and when I heard eccentric, it made me think of Uranus, which is like Aquarius energy. But I also get Venus energy, okay? Yeah. I'm hearing the song now by Doja Cat, Kiss Me More. So it's like, you guys like romance, especially with this Four of Wands, this Hierophant, and this Lovers card. It's like, but then, oh my God, I've just realized, isn't this like literally in the structure of like a love is giving Venus? You guys are very beautiful people. Like, maybe you guys take care of your appearance and you like to look good, okay? The Empress is here. This is all about beauty and looks and abundance and, you know, and Taurus energy, right? And Libra. But the Lovers card, like, when you think about a love story, isn't that like in the order it goes in? Like, two people fall in love, then they get married, then they live together, then they have a baby. The Empress is like the pregnant woman. Like, that's like structure, okay? And I thought it was Saturn energy just from the Hierophant alone, but I realized this is like the traditional way of falling in love. So it's giving Saturn for that reason. It's giving Saturn, you guys are more like structured and traditional when it comes to your love life, okay? You guys could be Capricorn, Venus. I would not be surprised. But then when it comes to expression of the self, I'm getting the Sun, of course, because that's what it represents. Like, you guys are very expressive with how you dress, how you explore, how you do this and how you do that. And that's what's really coming through. But it's tied to also Venus energy. Like, you guys are very sensual. You guys are very beautiful. You guys love love. You guys are lovers, not fighters, you know? And you guys really keep up with your appearance. So that's the energy I'm getting. But the Four of Wands also represents stability of some sort, like the home, Cancerian energy. But again, it's not moon energy. It's like Saturn. It's like tradition. It's like order. It's stability, you know? But again, the Uranus comes from like being innovative, but not so much Uranus, if I'm going to be honest. It's more like the expression. So maybe not Uranus, it's just like the Sun, Venus, and Saturn energy coming through the most. But a lot of beauty, a lot of love. And I hadn't even got Venus energy from any of the other piles, but you guys just love to love. I feel like even if you're someone who's been like heartbroken, or you don't believe in love anymore, or things like that, it's like the idea of it is still beautiful to you. Like, you still feel like it's nice that people have found their person. Like, it still makes you happy. Like, you just love. You guys could be ultra feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. It's like you're very in touch with that side and very loving in that side, and it's very sweet. But a lot of, especially here, look, we have this symbol, this feminine or femininity symbol, and the Empress is an embodiment of that femininity. It's like you guys love that Venus energy. Okay, that's so cute. I didn't even realize that. That is so cute. Isn't that cute? Oh my god. Okay, but that's all I'm getting. To be honest with you, I think I'm gonna end it there, because I don't want to spend my whole day or the rest of the day that I have left like making video after video, because I feel like I did that like yesterday. And like it's a little tiring, I'm not gonna lie, and this video ended up being longer than I anticipated. But yeah, for those of you who've requested a personal reading, I'm gonna get over with it probably tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, that's all I have. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and keep a lookout for Instagram, because I will be doing Instagram ones as well. But that's all I have, so bye.